Uncle Chris here, Better Investing. Today is Tuesday, January 21st, and the market yet again gaps up. Um, let's kind of just take a look real quick at the market. After market was up another dollar or so, so that puts us what, maybe half a percent up. Let me see. No, 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 0.20 up after markets. I wonder if we gap up again tomorrow until like 605, 606, would that kind of lead to, some profit taking potentially at the bell and, um, for a nice little sell down. Let me see if we got anything on the calendar for tomorrow. For tomorrow, what do we have here? Um, Johnson and Johnson before the bell, Procter and Gamble, Abbott, Ali Financials. Nothing really on the calendar from there. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Thursday. Okay, so we got continuous jobless claims, endless jobless claims. So we do have some catalysts before the market. So the market probably moves before then. Um, but again, so let's kind of go back. I kind of talked about these spots to kind of watch for, where you probably don't want to be looking, get a little too bearish on the market. Because we're still in the uptrend from a weekly perspective. Now, what I have marked out here was that let's kind of see what happens as we get into this location. Because what kind of happened was we were making these lower highs and lower lows, right? Got a high, got a low, got a high, got a lower low. Right, let me squeeze this up a little bit, right? Got a lower high, lower low, but we did not make a lower low. And right now we're just trending kind of just straight up on the market since we bottomed here last Monday. So yeah, it's one of those markets where whatever Trump says out of his mouth, you need to be able to interpret it really really fast and figure out is it worth taking shots at. And I took a shot at this arm trade today. Made some good coins on it. I only had one contract. Took it while I was driving, but we'll go over that trade a little bit. I kind of blindly took it, but I did look at the chart and I said, oh yeah, this is probably going to go. All right, so again, I think I talked about this 602 level was like the level to watch. Like that was like where we sold down at. You can kind of clearly see it here, right? We could probably even tighten it up a little bit right here, honestly. Right, and that's exactly kind of where we closed at today. If some people were looking for this to be a rejection and they're trying to be, predict the market rather than react, if they brought puts at the end of the day, if this gaps up tomorrow, they're probably going to cover even more, right? And then we got a chance where we're probably looking to break all-time highs. I mean, that would be a what? From where we're at now, from where we closed. We're not even a percent away from all-time highs, I would say. So, really interesting to see. Did it present any opportunities today? Perhaps if you were watching the 65, you got a lower high here, right? Triggering right over 601. Right, you did get somewhat of a move today towards the end of the day. So, that's one way you can look at it. What I like to do is let's just mark it out, and then let's go look at the charts. So, like, if you're saying like, okay, this is our lower high or our higher low on the hourly, where could I potentially got in that, using a smaller time frame, and really, it's right there, and it's right over those highs. So right there over those highs is where you could have got in at, but is the main question you have to ask yourself, is the juice worth the squeeze? So if you did, get in, let's say, right here, where do you put your stop at? Perhaps below this lower high on a smaller time frame, and then again, you're targeting that location that we talked about on the 65 minute. That's probably the ideal spot. I mean, because you couldn't put it all the way down here, right? It's not worth it. You see the risk to reward. You couldn't put it even here. It's not worth it. So I mean, I guess the best spot would have been to put it here as it triggered on the 65 minute to kind of take it. And it looks pretty clean here, looking at it on the 5 minute chart. Let me just turn this back off. Did we get any volume really here? Got any volume here on this pop? Not much volume. I mean, it happens right at noon. I tell you, they love to set the market up at very, very particular times and when there are certain conditions. So, yeah, that's pretty much what I got on SPY. It looks bullish. I think you should be looking for opportunities and setups to the long side for right now. Unless we see something that changes, I think higher lows, a pullback will probably get bought up. So, yeah, that's really what I see there on SPY. All right, looking at QQQ real fast. QQQ. Or this one's to open. My computer likes to run slow. I think I got some applications open. Let me close some things. Log out of some things. All right, logged out of that. All right, QQQ. No gaps up. Almost. What's this? Almost a half a percent. I don't really have a level, I would say, to probably look to get short or look for a short opportunity. Maybe it was, yeah, okay. Right up in here, 527.92. Because that's like that's your sequence for the higher low, or the lower low type of look that we were getting, right? We got a high, we got a low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So it's triggering after markets with 10 minutes left to go to kind of take this long for this breakout. All right. I mean, I guess you could. I mean, what we could have did something like. I mean, just thinking about it, like what could you have done? Like if you take it from these highs. I mean, I don't really have a good touch here. Nothing that's really. Oh. Shit, was this just one big ass bull flag? I mean, no, not really. We were trending down. We're breaking trend. Definitely the last 2 days. And we're coming up into this previous lower high, this pivot. And, good chances that, we probably break it and continue higher. That's really what I got there. Let's go take a look at IWM. Damn, just all green bars on IWM. I think that's, with some of the rates pulling back. Let's take a look at the chart. From a chart perspective, we're coming right into that 50-day, but not too concerned at that 50-day because, it is rising. And it hasn't acted as resistance as of right now. From below would be, it would be a good test, but it's a rising 50-day. It's in a rising 200-day. It's not curling down. We still got a little ways to go. 232 to get above the FOMC candle, but I would rather for it to pull back and show me that there's some buyers present at a higher price for this to kind of continue. We can go look at DIA real fast. Check out DIA. Now again, just gapping up, very hard to play. This continuation pattern, definitely all the way down here. It can get rugged at any moment, but it's positive the way it's going. And we'll go look at Dow Jones Transportation real fast. Dow Jones Transportation, kind of broke this little three-day sideways, still below the 50. It's kind of flattening out, I would say, a little bit. You can kind of see it flattening out, curling. Look like it wants to curl down, but not necessarily. But yeah. All right. Apple been getting smacked. Again, like I mentioned, I didn't really see a spot to really trade this off. Up in this clutter. But now that we done came back, and kind of tested 219, it looks like, which was this previous high back here, back in June. So like, what you can do is like you just mark that off. right? That 220 spot was like the high, broke through, faded. Right? Not nothing really clean besides like right here. So I just don't really see an opportunity to take this long right now unless you're just trying to play this bounce. If you are playing this bounce, it's probably worth it if you go longer dated. That way you're not getting smacked around with data, right? And you're just risking the delta for the most part. And you know exactly where it invalidates at. I mean, the closer it gets to the 200, probably the better. That 200 sits right around this level. So right around in this pocket, and it kind of put in almost a hammer candle, I would say. But I'd rather this candle finish green. Looked like some sellers came in, stepped in, and took it back down. Amazon, I did talk about Amazon. This gapped up today, but the thing with this was I said you can probably look for longs, above this previous high right here, which was like 228.77. I guess the question is like, did it really give you a setup to get long at on the daily? I mean on the smaller time frame, and I'm looking at it. Really, it's right here. Right, it's very hindsight, but the thing that I continue to preach is using the EMAs as areas to kind of get in at and risk off of. So you can see that on the 15 minute. So on the 5 minute, probably had a deeper pullback, right? You see that deeper pullback into the 20, undercuts the 20, gets bought up, right? You can probably get into some contracts here, give yourself some time, and you're risking low day, right? This starts to work out in your favor. You're probably able to peel some off, right? From 227, you got about like a $2-3 move. Longer dated contracts with 50 delta. I was probably looking at around $150 or so. I don't know. Just think about it. Now this Google, I know some people were calling this. I know I talked about it. I said, man, I don't really see the bull flag. I guess, but those wicks kind of just threw me off, and it looks like those wicks did kind of come into play today. I'm just looking at it now. Yeah. So it blew through this 200 spot. It gapped up, blew through this 200 spot. They just wicked it back down, sold it down through the close. And this is probably why I didn't like it. It doesn't look as appealing to me to kind of take that trade. Just how jumbo it was. So good luck to those who did. Hopefully you're able to sell it. Looking at this Meta inside day, I don't really trade Meta, so yeah, no. Microsoft up 1.5% almost. No aftermarket. Did pull back, put in a higher low today. Right here at the 200, where it's flattening out, straightening out. Just trading, just flat pretty much. This might get going. This might get going. I'm not gonna hold you. This has a good chance to get going. I like how it's structured on the 65 minute. Yeah, this could see 440 easily. Probably more of a day trade type of thing. I won't want to swing it, but yeah. And really, what I'm just looking at is like this little bit of price action right here. What I like on the Dell is that it pulled back. I wish it wasn't already gapping up, so that the gap kind of takes away the setup. Because like this pullback hold, right over 431 would be your bet. I probably wouldn't use the prior day stock. That's about 4 or 5 points. But if it starts if it was tomorrow and it starts trading like right around like an inside day and then it breaks the previous high, right? You're just taking a sequence of higher highs and higher lows. You're just using the daily chart, and you could probably use like the low day could be your stop based on where that candle opens up at. But that's really what I see there. Netflix, no need to go over that. I had earnings, it ripped. Good luck if you gamble with the earnings. Nvidia, I kind of mentioned I feel like it's just trading sideways for the most part. When you look at it on the weekly. I think it'd have been not smart to get short down here. It's kind of like this 130 to the 520. I mean 130 to 152 or so. It's kind of been his range, and now it's in the middle of his range. It probably goes back up to here. I don't know, but not a chart that I'm really interested in playing right now. Tesla. I was able to take a Tesla trade early this morning. Probably got lucky. Not gonna lie, probably got lucky. Probably chased it a little bit, but It is what it is. Yeah, I took this 5 minute ORB, but honestly, it's not the best ORB to take because like for this to really invalidate, it has to go all the way back above 430. I mean 433. But I kind of just took it right here, and I just let it work for a little bit, and I got out down here by the 20 EMA. Um, but yeah, that was not a bad trade, I guess. I made like 200 bucks on it, but not the cleanest. This is something you probably need to take. If you're thinking this is bearish and you think this is going to go down, right here through yesterday, through Friday's close, you're taking it, that first opening at the open, which is very volatile and very risky. So, but yeah, that's really about it. Oh, I'll go over this arm trade. So I was in a car and I was listening to CNBC, and they mentioned that um, Oracle, OpenAI, and SoftBank are like gonna have this White House conference, about AI. And once I heard SoftBank, I said, "Oh, I need to buy." Um, God damn, I need to buy ARM because we had this weekly pattern on ARM, and damn, those contracts are gonna be up like fucking crazy if that opens up there tomorrow. I mean, we had this little pattern here, like this little wedge pattern here, little triangle pattern, money sign pattern, and my thoughts was that this chart looked pretty good, and it looked even better once the news came out. And right when that news came out, I hit the 150 calls for about 275, and these went to like $800. Um, no, on this entire push up, like this entire push was just crazy, and I literally got it right around this time. It wasn't doing jack diddly nothing around that time. I probably caught like, let me see, what time did I buy that contract? Sorry, that's the kids upstairs yelling. Let's check real fast. What did we do? I bought that ARM contract at 12:48. So I got it like right here. I got it right here on this power candle. Got this move up, sold it, and you just seen where it was at after hours. So, pretty probably disgusted with myself right now because now those contracts are $12 in the money. That's implying that these contracts are going to be worth. If we open up here tomorrow, these contracts would be worth around 1,200 bucks. That's not even including the additional premium that's probably going to be baked into them, which is pretty incredible. But yeah, I'm not mad. I got in literally right here. I mean, we can look at the 2 minute. You can really see where I got in at. So, um, first to the party. It allows you to kind of really capture this move. I got in here at 12:48. Right when we got that push, and I think I saw once he started getting the money, I took it off. I was satisfied with the move. Yeah, and it's not about catching 300% bangers, 500% bangers. It's just about having your account grow over a longer period of time, and it's keeping your losses tight. But yeah, that was pretty much the only two trades. That were the only two trades I took today. Um, Gotta probably look more around in the market. We can go look at some of the internals, I guess. There's some things I like to just follow, keep track of. I don't trade off them, but it's just good to know. So we're looking at the 2 year. 2 years, it doesn't look that bad. I mean, from a daily perspective, yeah, we're kind of below here, but weekly is still intact, I would say. Um, I mean, kind of did reject out of a flat and then 50 week. But it's kind of still trending higher. Go look at the 10 year. 10 year still trending higher. Hasn't even no moving average crossover. Holding here at the 9. And even on the daily, I mean, it looks like it's ready to pull back into a inclining 50 day, and the 200's flattening out. It looks like it's ready to start curling up. So wouldn't say we're out the woods from like a macro perspective. The dollar did kind of fall off a little bit today. Moving average looking like they're ready to cross over, but the trend is still intact, I would say as well. So not fully out the woods yet with the macro background, but a little more positive on what we see. And the reason why I bring that up is because You think that when rates are going to go down, I can tell you what is that you typically see this sector that I'm going to show you start to go a little bit higher. We didn't see that today. These actually fell off even more. Whenever I can find it, where is this? Where is it at? Where is it at? Jesus Christ. Solar. Yeah. So solar was down today, which was very interesting to see solar down so much with the rates falling, right? Because these kind of been like had like an inverse relationship. Rates go down, this goes up. Rates go up, this goes down. So very interesting to see how this kind of fell off with the rates going down. That's one thing that I'm definitely paying attention to is like, is this a head fake? And these are going to start ripping eventually, and maybe knocking some people out of position. Then it goes, but it was very interesting to kind of see that, and it was the entire sector. Nothing was really green, so really interesting to see that. Don't really have nothing else besides that. Still watching this RB, I guess. I probably could have got in today because it really didn't do much. Um, I'm gonna let this play out. I'm gonna let this kind of farm, see what happens. Um, yeah, I want to see what happens here. I mean, I wanted to see that it kind of hit the 20 and never really did. So it looks like pre-market was probably your opportunity. Let me go here, turn off these pre-market sessions. What we do? It's probably in that. Oh no, probably not. I was probably that wick there. Yeah, just kind of just traded sideways today. Now I looked at it in the morning. I looked at the volume on the first. I wasn't impressed with the amount of volume here. Again, like just looking at the opening sessions, um, the volume's just not there right now. I want to see increased volume. Probably in the 5, 10, 10 digits. Just the volume just wasn't there this morning. I felt like, 2 million here. We go back to this morning when it sold off. Got about 5 million. Yeah, so I'm just looking for like the volume to pick up, like on the hourly, like show us like the volume, like there's some transactions flowing, I would say. But yeah, today it didn't really do nothing. Just traded sideways, which is positive. It can trade sideways and then rip back higher. Kind of build out this chart just a little bit more. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've got in for today. I don't have anything. I think I talked about this EOS. Kind of just straight just faded back down from this spot here. They kind of get brought up off the 20 almost a double bottom almost. The low here is 509. The low here is 510. So you're probably gonna see like a W pattern almost. I'm assuming. I'm not the cleanest W pattern. Nah, something like that. Yeah, not really a W. No. Yeah, I don't really see it. Um, yeah, that's about it. Oh, let's go check out CRM. I talked about this, but it gapped up. I think once it gapped up, I just not something I'm interested in to play. Cause like it gapped up over that trigger, so now it's like I can't take it, and then it kind of swiped right below that lower low where I mean that higher low where I got stopped out at. All right, swipe down an extra dollar, and it really just traded inside this hourly candle here. It really did jack dilly nothing. So I don't really know. I probably need to reassess it. I did talk about this with somebody, and he said the weekly looks good, but the 50 just isn't there. Um, I mean the weekly looks good. The weekly looks good, but the the daily probably needs a little bit more work. And not, me looking at it, I totally agree. The daily probably needs a little bit more work. Yeah, that's really about it. Tomorrow is Thursday. Yeah, really, I think if we gap up again, I think there's an opportunity to probably take this fade if we do that. But we'll see what happens. All right, man. Peace. God bless.